Who says this stuff? Get the beep out of this country. That's what a D.C. woman says someone said to her as she was standing in front of her childhood home.
And she says she's heard snide racial remarks intermittently before, but the hate is now getting louder and bolder. Deborah Alfarone is live on 8th Street in D.C.'s Chinatown neighborhood to tell us more.
And Leslie and Adam, it was about 10 days ago that this similar incident happened to a man in New York City's Chinatown. He was a New York Times writer. He wrote about it, and an avalanche of reaction came in, and people were talking about this. Now, Mrs. Yi says this happened to her Monday night at 11 right here. She doesn't want to appear on camera, and she doesn't want to make this about her, but she says this has her really scared.
These people came up and started cursing at me and shouting at me to get the F out of their country and go home to mine. Well, this is my country. I was born and raised here.
Mrs. Yi says the hate she used to hear muttered is now getting louder. She fears it could get louder still.
Lately, the aggression towards minorities, especially the Chinese, have been much more vocal, much more out in the open. There's no shame in it anymore.
We live in a country of diversity.
Psychotherapist Dr. Anita Gadhia-Smith says what happened here is indicative of the stress and divide she hears from her patients more and more this election cycle.
People are very stressed out. I think a lot of us just want this to be over.
I think it's very unfortunate, but I think it's the climate of the country right now. There are a lot of people that probably have felt that way, but haven't necessarily felt the need or the comfort level to express themselves in that fashion.
Ignorance. That's my first reaction. It's ignorance.
Mrs. Yi says she's lived through the 1968 riots. She says that was the last time she ever felt this unsafe.
That's what upsets me the most, because we're taking a step back in time, 30, 40 years. All the ugly is back.
And that was Deborah Alfarone reporting.